What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I would like to welcome you all to another edition of Wayne's Perspective, where we operate in discipline, decency, integrity, and respect. And I'm coming through with another video just for you. All right, y'all. So today's date is July 8th, 2024. It's about 7:27 p.m. in the Richmond, Virginia area. Hashtag 804. Now, as you can see by the title here, this is going to be a very interesting video. It's going to be another reaction video courtesy of Mona D. Fair usage for the video, and shout out to her. Make sure y'all go follow that sister for some pretty good content. She continues to deliver it just like all the other female content creators as well. So again, shout out to her. So before I get to the video, I hope everyone had a great 4th of July weekend, whether you worked or whether you didn't, whether you did other stuff, chill with family, whatever the case may be. I hope you all had a good time doing it and you're doing okay and taking every day one day at a time and living life the best way you know how. As for me, y'all know how I do over here. I'm doing okay. All things are going well, taking every day one day at a time, living life the best way I know how. So, like I said, when you look at the title of that video, y'all know what to expect. So again, this is going to be a reaction video courtesy of Mona D. So without further delay, let's go ahead and get right to it. I'm going to get my screen shared, and man, I'm gonna have some extended thoughts on this one. So let's go ahead and get right to it, y'all. It's gonna be very, very interesting. And again, fair usage for the video, fair usage.
I can't tell you scared of these men. Not the way you be out here giving out your address so freely and letting them come over there and Netflix and chill. The way you be going over their house when you don't even know them. Y'all remember when I told you that my content was gonna age well? Well, looks like it and I already started. I done been saying since I got on this app, don't let women fool you. They care about looks just as much as men. A lot of times they'll put looks aside if there's something else that they can gain in that situation with that man, like a lifestyle or money. But trust and believe, they still care about looks. All of these women who was going around lying and capping for the man versus bear just so that they could be in agreement with other women, just so that they could get brownie points from other women, when the reality of it was a lot of them are desperate, pathetic women who would always pick the man. Right? And now you're getting to see for yourself. You got comment sections full of women talking about they would house this man, feed this man. And then you got the Wade Wilson situation. You got the women lusting over a murderer. But these was the same women who told you that they were scared of the man, right? And then you got people talking about these ain't the same women. It's absolutely the same women. When I made my video about Wade Wilson, you know what triggered it? Because I was under the comment section and I started clicking on profiles. And you know what I did? I clicked on a profile and I started strolling and I seen my face. I seen my face because this woman made a take about me and then had the audacity to be in the comment section lusting over Wade Wilson. And that's the reason why I made my video. So to sit up and say these ain't the same women is absolutely the same women. Because at the end of the day, y'all like to impress other women on the internet. What you say on the internet and what you doing in real life is two different things. I don't play these games with y'all about believing what you saying in the comment section, what video you posted so that you can get brownie points from other women. I know how y'all living in real life. I see how you living in real life. I see how you put your kids in jeopardy in real life by moving in bums because you attracted to them, getting your kids molested, DV, and everything else because you think a man is fine. You so pathetic. You want a man so bad, you will bring anybody up in that house just to say you got one. But you'll get on the internet and make it seem like you're scared of men and you will pick the better.
All right, so before Miss Mona goes in, I do want to give a shout out to Dana Dane. Man, I hope at some point she comes on YouTube and makes a channel because all the clips I've seen of her, she has been cooking, man. I think I started seeing her clips sometime last year, and just about every last one of them I seen, I agree with her 100%, just like I agree with her 100% here. Man, the clout chasing, and I know a lot of people are starting to dislike that word clout, but when it comes to the clout chasing and the online validation that most of these women be seeking out here, it is real. And like most people say, clout chasing and all of that stuff, as well as the validation seeking and the attention seeking, it's a hell of a drug these days. And in present day 2024, we're still seeing it in real time. Let's continue.
Y'all, she said a whole word. She said
Right.
a whole Word.
You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. You ain't lied.
You know, the entire time that whole picking the bear versus the man, first of all, that was about the dumbest debate that y'all could have came up with. Y'all just,
It was.
I'm just convinced, like Dana, shout out Dana, I've covered her before, and this is really sad. This is really sad. The lengths that women will go to try to click up with other women because they want to try to front and stunt for social media. Because in real life, these are the real pick-me's. The real pick-me's are women who are so desperate for men that they will accept a man under any type of conditions. Now, we're not talking about, you know, a situation where there is a good man, a hardworking man. He doesn't make the most money. He's not a six-figure earner, but that doesn't mean that he's not a good man.
That is true. So allow me to stop right here. So Mona D, shout out to her. She's cooking as usual. And I did say that in one of my previous videos that the word pick me or the term pick me has been taken and turned into something that it wasn't meant to be. And like she said, no, the real pick me's are the women who go for cats like this. You know, the women that act like this. Those are the pick me's. Mona D is not a pick me. Dana Dane is not a pick me. And all of these other content creators, you know, on the female side, specifically the Black women who talk about real things and give you a real honest to God perspective, whether they're married or not, you know, they're not pick-me's. The ones that stoop to this level, like we're going to see further in this video, those are the pick-me's. And I think at this point, we need to do a more consistent job in addition to what we're doing now to not only call that out, but to shift that, because real women are not pick-me's. But when you offer a man a place to stay like this on the screen right here, and when you're doing other related things, those are the pick-me's. Damn straight. Let's continue.
You would try to rehabilitate Barbara the Builder, these strange men, because they quote unquote look good. This gentleman right here fits that, you know, avatar, that archetype, right? Brown skin, brown, what we call it, pretty eyes, dread head, tatted up, a criminal record. See, they lie online, try to act as if they have all these good morals and standards, but in real life, that is who they pick. It is definitely an issue with women who are picking men who need other types of help. They don't need you to come in and just sleep with him.
And that's a good point. And like I said, these women, these are the pick-me's right
and
here.
Try to house them. Because what's going to happen? You allow this man in your life, and then when he ruins your life, you're going to come online, and the same women who were all in your corner, or you all were all, you know, DMing this man or commenting under these posts, talking about how good looking he is. Oh, I'll take you in. And then when that man robs you, hurts you, does something heinous to you or your children, you're online making a story time when you were the problem for allowing an individual like this into your life, into your personal space, around your children with no type of care or regard.
Exactly. I agree with that 100%. And in addition to that, what they will also do in a case like that, find some way to blame Black men for it, even though this is a situation where you can't blame Black men for the choices that you made, because nobody told you to shack up, quote unquote, with a dude like that. You made that decision. Nobody forced you to do that.
And I want to show you guys a story. Okay, this story is about a couple years old, and thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all, this is disgusting. Y'all, women, we should be embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. I am embarrassed that you all are coming online, carrying on like this, and then you want to try to throw the rock and hide the hand.
An East Point woman is dead. Her family tells Fox 5 she was shot and killed by a man who had just moved in with her. Police tell us that man is now behind bars. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor has more of this tragic story from Washington Road.
An Atlanta mother is distraught. She says her 21-year-old daughter was shot and killed by a man she was only trying to help.
I feel empty. I feel numb. I feel confused.
Shalika Reed is having a hard time holding it together after the unexpected shooting death of her daughter, Denisha Smith. East Point police tell us the 21-year-old was shot and killed by Shelton Handspike after the two got into an argument at her Lexington apartment on Washington Road Tuesday.
If I'm struggling for my rent, ain't no use in you being here if you're not gonna help me. So she just asked him to leave.
Ms. Reed says suspect Handspike got angry about being told to move out and grabbed a gun from another woman who was in the apartment. She says the two were not romantically involved. She says Denisha tried to fight back, but Handspike overpowered her.
She was looking out for him till he got on his feet. She thought that he was her friend and he killed her. He murdered, slaughtered, overkilled my child. My child got shot 6-7 times.
This is another case that could have been solved with better conflict resolution. East Point police say suspect Handspike is charged with 1 count of murder.
Rest in peace to Denisha. You know,
Yeah, rest in peace to her.
this is a sad story. And
It is.
I heard what the reporter said about conflict resolution could have helped to, alleviate this situation, which, that's true to a degree. But the other larger piece to this is that this could have been alleviated had this young lady not allowed this strange homeless man to live in her place.
Exactly. And that's another thing that I want to touch on right quick. I talk to my mom about this sometimes, and of course, my mom being my mom, she always has an interesting take. She says, son, people out there are crazy. Now, she hasn't started saying this within the last few weeks. My mom has been saying this for years. And each and every year, something happens that confirms that statement. People out here are crazy. And that is the truth. And in this instance, this young lady didn't have to die the way that she did. But then again, rest in peace to her. So I'm not going to come down and judge her too harshly. The only thing that I say is that she shouldn't have made the decision that she made, obviously. Now, you can say that her heart was in the right place, but when it comes to dealing with people like that and homeless people and things like that and bringing them into your home, that's not a wise decision to make. So again, rest in peace to her. But the only thing that I said that may or may not be judgmental is that she should have made better choices. And unfortunately, the choice that she made cost her her life. And again, rest in peace to her. And my heart and thoughts and prayers go out to her family in this time of need, man.
And again, just because she allowed him to live in her home, that is not a reason for this person who, in my opinion, was a monster, to delete her and unalive her because she asked him to leave or she asked him to contribute to the household bills. This is one of the reasons why you don't move men like that into your home, because he's already homeless. His life was already in shambles. He didn't need you to try to fix him and help him. He's an adult, right? So if we understand that, when you all will say and make that comment, right, you all will say, well, I ain't helping no man. I don't want to go 50-50, but we're talking about stable men who have jobs. So you wouldn't work together with your man and share the bills, but you allowed a unruly individual who didn't care about your life to live in your place.
You cannot make this up, y'all. You cannot make this up. The decision making and the rationale behind it is just so mind-boggling. It's not even funny. And also, I will say this again, not trying to speak ill of the dead, but how in the world do you expect a man in that type of circumstance to contribute to any kind of bill? I mean, I do not get that line of thinking. The guy is already homeless and doesn't have a dollar or a dime to his name. So unless you're trying to force him to all of a sudden magically get a job or something like that, which takes time, obviously, why are you expecting him to contribute anything in a situation like that? Number one, he shouldn't have been in your house to begin with. And again, not coming off on this sister because she's no longer with us, but I think myself and others would question the decision making here. And this is not speaking ill of the dead. This is not downing black women. It's not anything like that. But still, the decision making is highly questionable. Her heart may have been in the right place, but her mind wasn't. And unfortunately, it cost her her life.
They had nothing going on for themselves besides you allowing them to live in their home. This is why this is not a good idea. And solely basing your whole, decision to deal with the man, regardless to his lifestyle, regardless to things he has done, things he has said to you, the fact that he just got out and released from, jail or prison. You said, forget all of that. He looks good.
And I'm going to come back to that very point about women going after men in prison or coming out of prison. I'm going to have an interesting take on that towards the end.
And that is sad. But I want to show you guys another story that was going on. And Dana is actually going to touch on this as well. Homeless. And he has some type of drug addiction or substance addiction. It went viral initially because this man is helping this, man get a haircut. But this is an attractive young man. So this is another reason why this video went viral.
Oh, no, I'm not done yet. It was a video the other day floating around on TikTok of this homeless guy who was on drugs real bad, and somebody was cutting his hair. Now, once they finished cutting his hair, he cleaned up real nice. You could already tell that he was a nice looking dude, but he was on drugs real bad. You could tell he was on something that had him out so bad that he could barely walk and hold his body up. Needless to say, you had a comment section full of women ready to save him. One woman, I'm going to insert this screenshot, she was ready to marry this man. She talked about how she would marry this man and take care of this man. Let's read out what she had to say and the people who were in agreement with what she was saying. He is handsome. I wish I had money. I would get married to him.
Unbelievable. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels.
What? Then you had somebody come in and they was like, this is so sweet. Probably would change his life. Some people just need someone to love them. Yes, dear, if I had money, I would get married to him and treat him well, make sure he eat well. That shows how much of a beautiful person you are. Don't listen to the negativity. There are plenty of love stories that started out the same way. Let's just recap this. This woman is ready to marry this man and take care of him just because he's attractive. And then you got other people in the comment section saying, yeah, that's really nice of you to do. A lot of love stories start out like this. Yeah. And a lot of unaliving start off like this too. You ready to enter into a marriage with a man that you know is severely on drugs? Are you okay? Y'all don't be okay. That's what it be. You don't be okay. Right? But then when I call it out, I'm the bad guy. All I'm doing is telling the truth about how y'all really out here living. And somehow I'm the judgmental one. I'm the one with internalized misogyny. I'm the pick me. No, the only thing I'm doing is telling the truth. This is pick me energy. Ready to move a man in who on the streets that's on drugs real bad. That's pick me energy. Right?
Exactly.
But that ain't who you would call a pick me. You would be in the comment section telling her that she's a good person. Bravo for you wanting to take this man who's severely on drugs and move him in with you and marry him.
This is sad.
It really is sad. Now, look, check this here. You want to frown at men, black men, when we talk about values, standards, what you bring to the table and the whole nine. But answer this. What type of value will a man fresh out of prison bring to your life? What type of value will a man who is homeless, like this guy that they was talking about here, what type of value would a guy like this bring to your life? Oh, and what would that say about you bringing such a man around your child or children, if you have any, especially if you have a daughter? I mean, come on now. The men who have themselves together receive an incredible amount of pushback, but a guy fresh out of prison or a guy on the street homeless gets all kinds of access and then some. And in what alternative universe does any of this make sense? This is when flexing goes wrong, y'all. Let's keep on with Mona D.
This man don't need a woman to try to take advantage of the situation. This man does not need a woman to try to become his caregiver. This man needs rehabilitation. He needs some type of treatment program. And that's only if he's willing and ready to receive said treatment. You all want a man that you can try to fix up, make a fairy tale story, and you're going to put him on your program and you want to control him because you have the quote unquote resources. You want to be able to maintain power. But the moment that this man flips, and I'm not saying that he is, and I'm not even saying that he's a bad person. He's just choosing to engage in activity that is having a negative impact on his life. But he's an adult. If he wants to do drugs, that's his business. But, you know, it's just amazing the lengths that women will go, all in the name of, you know, this man looks so good and so fine. And meanwhile, you have men who are, you know, not strung out on drugs, that do not have any substance abuse issues, that we would probably say they are decent human beings, right? They're not just decent human beings, but there are men who legitimately want to be in relationships and want marriage. But you will bypass those men because of this stupid ass 50-50 conversation, or because he may not look a certain type of way. And again, I'm all for people can have their preferences, you know.
And that's the point that I was making just a few moments ago, y'all.
If he doesn't have this height requirement, if he doesn't have this skin tone, if he doesn't have this certain type of build, if he doesn't drive this certain type of car, I can go on and on. But you will take this young man who is homeless, strung out on drugs, and you want to try to rehabilitate him because you want a man that look good, and you also want to believe that you're doing a good deed, and you want to be able to clout chase and share that online as well. Oh, look at our love story. Oh, you know, I met him and he was just out here in the streets and I gave him this and the third. And I loved on him. And then now look at us. Now look at us. Sad. But on the other hand, I'm not surprised, you know, and
I'm not either.
When we talk about, you know, we don't pick these men and y'all say, well, I don't want to hear about choose better. You need to choose better, because if you all are in here being willing participant to a man that obviously has issues that you are not equipped to take care of and address, and on top of that, you have your own responsibilities. A lot of you all have children. Of course, you are employed. You will be willing to take a gamble on a man that needs some help that is beyond your level of, you know, expertise, than to deal with someone who has some stability in their life. It is beyond me. And then you're going to wonder why, when the outcome that you get, you cannot keep saying it's because this person was just all bad. No, you chose this individual and you thought that you can change them.
Right.
Y'all know people who have, more than likely, you know, people who have some type of substance issue. They're not going to change because you want to give them some resources. No, they have to want to change. And I think that that is a selfish thing for any woman to do. And again, you would be willing to put all your time and energy into a man like that, but you would not work with and help, and not even help. You just wouldn't want to be with a man and you guys can build together a family, a home, do the things that you would like to do, but you won't do that. You're too good for that. So
right.
If you've enjoyed my...
All right, y'all. Shout out to Mona D again. She made some very good points. And shout out to Dana Dane. She made some very good points. So I'm just going to end my video right here with this one question. Do you think any self-respecting man will give a woman fresh out of jail the time of day? Do you? In my Nas voice, I think we all know the answer to that. And let me preface this by another question. Do you think any self-respecting man will give a woman fresh out on the streets, homeless, the time of day? In my Nas voice again, I think we all know the answer to that. And on that note, I'm done with this video, y'all. So if you like what you heard and you're ready to become part of Team Discipline, go ahead and hit that like button and drop some comments if you're feeling the content, and definitely let me know what you think about this video. And last but not least, hit that subscribe button along with the bell so you're notified when I drop new videos. And until next time, my people, take care of yourselves. And remember, not only is the power of the mind valuable, but ladies and gentlemen, we have to start making better choices, y'all. We have to. Take care.